just did a lot of bouncing around, you know.
Yeah, that is true, man.
After all that
Mm.
bouncing around he did, but he was the definition of that though.
Yeah, he really was, man. Kind of like how Vince Carter was, man. Which I'm still struck on Vince Carter not being part of the top 75. You know what I'm saying? Still, that hurt my feelings when I was seeing that.
I don't know.
You don't think he belongs in the top 75?
In order for me to believe that or know that, like I would really have to sit down, pen and paper, and figure that 75 out. It's a lot of good guys, you know what I mean?
It was
For
a
me to
lot.
just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you're always gonna leave somebody out,
Now,
Your
what you think
top
about them
five ain't his
40s
top five.
some of them? They had some of them 40s and 50s players, man. I forgot what dude was saying this on. I forgot. I think it was Skip, but somebody was arguing with Skip saying like he said. How he said some of the people that are Hall of Fame people from the 40s and 50s, man. He said most of them guys were like they were like plumbers and electricians, and they were playing against people who already had a job. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
wasn't
real
really a full
jobs
career.
before work.
Yeah. As soon as I get off work, I got an ABA game. You know what
Man,
I'm
that is
saying?
crazy. That's crazy. I
You know.
couldn't imagine that, man.
I was like,
But
how Bob Cousy, 12-time NBA All Star? I'm like, of course he was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, what?
I would start the NBA in the 70s. If you really want to get to like, I would start my 75 there. You know what I'm saying? There are a couple of, I mean, Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, see,
See, look,
that's
now
Wilt
somebody
Chamberlain.
pissed already. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to
Yeah.
make them. It's hard to make them joints. You know what I mean? But I don't know. What we supposed to be talking about, man? We ain't supposed to be talking. They
Oh,
supposed to be
Stu,
talking about this on Let's Talk with Gales and Dean.
oh, look at
But
that, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I think oh dang, we live. Shoot, I was in there. All right, so man, we talking about, we talking about,
just
what
hold that thought. We're gonna get
yeah,
to that
yeah.
right after this.
Let's do that.
Yo, everybody, welcome back. This your boy Chulo Rich. Joining me today is my guy Royce from Royce's Rant. My main man Zilla is absent today. I'm not gonna tell you why, because you gotta mind your business. Ask him when you see him. Uh, and we got another great show for y'all today, man. What we talking about today, bro?
Man, before we even get to talk about what we talking about, every time y'all play that intro, dog, y'all take me back to the 1700s. I already see
Yeah,
him
man.
just. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
man.
dun, dun. Hey, shout out! Was that his wife that made that beat? Right? He said that.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
all that bass, man. My
Yes,
motherfucking man,
yes.
my things were like just
Well, I ain't gonna say
ringing up
she
in here.
made the beat, but she definitely put that whole thing together.
So
I'll say that.
she executive produced it then.
Yeah,
Okay,
she put that whole thing together.
that's what I'm
That's
talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. But man, no, it's
shout out
good.
to Ash.
It's good to be here, man. It's hot down here. You know what I'm saying? Here in Tennessee, it hit the 90-degree mark. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
I got the AC on, and you see I'm still a little, a
Yes,
little
sir. It
greasy, but
is.
it's all good.
It is. It is. And speaking of, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of it being hot, we're gonna get into what we was gonna talk about, which is we talking about kingship today. You know
Uh
what I
oh.
mean? And
Yes, sir.
things that run with that.
Yes, sir.
Uh, but you said something about the heat, man, and you made me think about what these women is. These women is out here fooling right now, and they got niggas dressing up in baby
Oh,
shorts.
oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, them what them hoochie shorts, man. Look,
They
I'm a
first off they call them hoochie daddy shorts. Now, how you
yeah.
feel about that?
I
Just the
think
title.
the title alone is demasculating.
Come
Like
on, man.
we don't man. Like I'm cut from the
Hoochie
'90s
daddy.
cloth, man. You know what I'm saying? I come from the Trick Daddy and Uncle Luke area, man, with the hoochie mama. So that's what I kind of like. I never heard nobody say hoochie daddies. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard no gay dude or a gay song that said hoochie daddies. You know what I'm saying?
I did see a meme the other day that said they tricking you niggas into getting gayer every summer, and I'm starting to
Yeah.
believe it.
Hey, they
You know,
already getting BBLs.
wasn't it rompers last summer?
Yeah, yep. Oh yeah, the rompers, man. And they doing the dudes are getting BBLs and tummy tucks now.
Come on, man.
Dead serious. Your
Come
boy,
on, man.
you up in New York, man. You know your boy from Hot 97, Flex.
Come
Flex
on, man. Come
got a
on,
little
man. Don't
stummy
say this.
suck. I'm sorry,
Don't say
man.
this.
Your boy Bandman Kevo from YouTube, the money maker with
Now
with
that
all
nigga,
the
I can see that. Listen. band man, I don't know you. Teach me about the money, but
Yeah.
hey, man, I did listen. I'm a smooth cat myself. That nigga's too smooth. You understand? Too so
Yes.
it don't come off right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
I couldn't, man. But you know what they doing to us right now, man. See, and since we talking about like Kingship, man, this is the total opposite of it. You know what I mean? Now, there's some dynamics to this thing. You know what I mean? Because we can look at it as in today's time, right? In 2020s and stuff like that. You know, when I saw these shorts, actually, you know what I'm saying, a friend of mine, she was joking with me. She was over here talking about, I'm gonna go get you some. She was showing me on Amazon and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I done told her like 3 times. I was like, why do women find it
just
so
just pull
what
out your middle school gym shorts.
I'm
It's the
still gonna
same
sag
shit.
the mugs. I'm gonna sag
Hey,
the mugs down to my daggum hip to my
come
thighs,
on, man.
bro. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on,
But
man.
it's interesting, man. Like when I saw the pictures and stuff like that, I was like, all right, now there's a level of certain things, right? You know, I remember when I was younger, you know, my stepdad used to mow the yard and he used to play professional football back then. But he had these little purple Viking shorts, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he's a big dude, you know. So I mean, they were
He
about
was
2 inches, yeah, they were 2 inches above the knee. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Now you know that's cool, you know.
I
But
get it if you
these,
hot. That was for a purpose because he was
yeah,
hot.
but these are showing not only the full knee, but it's above the meat of the thigh.
Come on, man. That
I
was
don't know.
illegal for girls when I was in school.
That is
In
true.
school, girls couldn't wear shorts that came over what was it, 3 inches above the knee.
Above the kneecap. Yep.
Now you
Showing
telling
enough.
me if a nigga don't come outside with shorts higher than that, I'm doing something wrong. Who are you talking to?
I don't know what they talking to, man. But I think women are having a kick out of it because it's like get back. It's like, oh, y'all be hollering at us and these little dukes and stuff like that. Yeah, but that was y'all
Yeah.
choice to wear them things. Like
What you
we
think a
didn't.
nigga
We
gonna expect you to wear now?
right, right.
What you think? You holler at the man in the hoochie daddy shorts. What you think you gonna have to put on?
Right, exactly. You know what I'm
Come on, man.
saying? Real talk, man. Them are them shorts, man. Like what were them shorts we got back in the day, man? I forgot what them mugs was called though. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember for the life of me, man. But I think women they get a kick out of demasculating us a little bit. It's cute to them to see us in unfitting material. You know what I mean? But here's the problem I have. The ones who are getting them though. Like I don't understand that. I don't understand. Is it for your gratification or is it to please the women? You know, there's a little
I want to
simping
know
going
where
on
your
out here.
daddy at. That's what I want to know. To the fellas that's wearing these shorts, I want to know where your daddy is, and pull up on your daddy wearing them shorts to see what he got to say. That's what I
Yeah,
want to see. I
yeah,
want I
yeah.
want y'all to go see your daddy because I know he don't agree with whatever y'all got
You
going
already
on.
know. Shout out to who that podcast, the Mario. That dude said he said you got to understand that they see you conforming. That's a signal to women that you are complying, sir,
Hey,
sir,
I hear you. I
sir.
hear you. I hear you.
And
And this,
over
and
here,
don't let me get it twisted. Ain't nothing wrong with the word comply, but you got to know
yeah,
when and where.
yeah, exactly. And where is not going to be in them shorts, ladies. We're going to tell you that now. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can hop over there to the other YouTube world, you know what I'm saying? O'Shea, Duke Jackson, and all them, you know what I'm saying? All them simps over there. Like, y'all can wear them hoochie daddy shorts, but I'm sorry. That's too close to coochie.
Come
Coochie,
on, man.
like, I don't know. I don't know.
Come
That's
on,
not
man.
right, you guys. Very out of pocket, Mr. Tanner. Where you at, Tanner?
Tanner, you supposed to be watching us talk, producing us talk. Get your. Oh, okay. I'm telling him too
Yeah,
low.
man. But yeah, man. See what I'm saying? You're right. See, I'm not wearing them things. You know what I'm saying? That's the person that's been violating me. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have to understand right there. You know, Miss Moorhead there. You know that's not cool. That's not cool. But yeah, man. We yeah. She really want
God.
that. I don't know what that does to him, but we are talking some king ish today, my brother. And
So exactly, exactly. Would you say that fits into the king category?
hell no. Hell to the
Why
no.
not?
I wish we had gunshots in here. No, hell to the no. That don't fit in no. No, look. First of all, let's get this straight here. Like, there can be a plenty of conversation and debate about, oh, what are women's wear, what are men's wear. You know what I'm saying? People want to play that game and stuff like that. But like, to be honest, that's just kind of like how we identify. You know what I'm saying? Who we are, a man or a woman, or who's alpha, or who's omega or beta. You feel what I mean? I mean, we dressing really does say say who you are as a person at the end of the day. Just keep it. We did that in here in America. So if you saw a man wear a mofo tutu, you gonna look at him a little funny. You feel what I'm saying? The average person ain't gonna be like, "Oh, that tutu looks so nice on you, homie." You know what I'm saying? I like that. That look cold, man. And that hot pink you got, bro. Like, that's not how we operate around here. You know what I'm saying? Like with men, a real man to me, if we're just talking about just the clothing, man, it's back in the day. I don't know. I'm cut from the '90s. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't really have the tight stuff. It was just enough room. We did have some little baggy jeans, like the bugles and stuff. That's if you didn't have much money. Had the bugle boys. You know what I mean? With the little wide legs. You know what I mean? But now I say in this time in 2020, like we have good comfort clothing, right? You know what I'm saying? Some of them gotten a little tighter. You know what I mean? But never to this extent. You feel what I'm saying? And I really think that it's some kind of agenda. Like I'm gonna really take it there. I think it's an agenda to really demasculate men, and really for the younger boys to look up and be like, also we can wear these cutters too. We can wear these little hoochie cutters too. Hold on, what do they call them again? Man
So
hoochies?
I'm gonna have to agree with you, right? I'm gonna have to agree with you. I
Yeah.
saw a video. Um, I saw a video, and it was like what was depicted as like whatever's mainstream now, right? You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's they don't play videos on BET and shit no more, but they
Right.
stream them. But
Right.
this looked mainstream, right? And it was some little young fellas, and they was twerking, and they was singing songs about like hype type, but then they was twerking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was saying bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, and I'm like, like when does this shit stop? You know what I mean? And it don't come with no disclaimer, nothing. Just come on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude.
So if you two or you three and you don't know nothing about nothing that's going on, and you hear bounce, 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 you gonna bounce, right?
You
You
gonna
know,
bounce?
but you're not understanding that ain't necessarily correct. And let me damn that, because I said necessarily correct, trying to please somebody. I don't know who it was.
There
That
you
ain't
go.
right. The shit was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
don't do that, right? We talking about being kings, right?
Right.
Kings don't do that.
The
So if we
king.
talking about kings doing that, we supposed to focus on just kings, right? And we're gonna stay with just kings for the most part, all right? But there's duality to everything. So we're gonna touch a little bit
Mm.
on everything, right? So if we say something
Yes.
about a king, right, then instantly I think about a queen. So if I'm a king, do I want my queen standing on top of the
Mm.
goddamn car, shaking ass, twerking at the headlights, being fucking free, or whatever the fuck you want to say?
On the
No,
thought shit. No, no.
no, that's not what I want. It's not what I
No, no.
want. So if I'm gonna be a king, she's gonna have to be a queen. But
Mm.
let's not talk about her. We just gonna talk about us, because that's what we fuck up. That's what we defer. We get off. We start pointing the fingers. Let's just talk about us. Let's just talk about kings and what kings need to do to be kings. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So
Got that.
first off, uh, we got somebody just popped in, and since he popped in, I'm gonna hit y'all both with the question. But I want him to go ahead and answer the question since he popped in here.
Word up.
Uh, what's happening, Mr. Tanner?
What's going on, fellas? What's going
What's
on?
happening? What's going down, brother?
I'm gonna tell
But
y'all right top. Y'all are out of pocket for even mentioning these hoochie or daddy.
hey man, they out of pocket. We right.
Hey,
Y'all
We
out of
hey,
right.
pocket.
it's the truth, man. Hey, look, bro. How you feel though, man?
I'm straight, bro. But my wife, my wife be trying to dress me up
Tried
in
to
all
get you.
type of ridiculous shit all the
Mm.
time, and she was like, "I'm gonna get you some of them hoochie daddy shorts." I said, "Okay, go on and bring some in the house and see if they don't hit the stove and be on fire."
Right. It'd
Waste
be
of
Yeah,
like
money.
the,
yeah, yeah. If
be
your
like that
nigga had
scene
on
on
a
American Gangster
Man,
when she
what
brought
you
that mink
do?
coat in.
oh
Exactly,
man, oh
exactly.
man.
Going
If
straight to the
if
fire.
if your nigga had on a romper last year and them shorts
Oh.
this year, your relationship won't last
I
more than
feel
two
you
more
on that.
years. You got
I
you
feel
got
you
two
on
more
that.
years in the sofa. Yeah,
It's
Yes.
ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
and y'all hit the nail on it, man. It's I don't know if women are intentionally trying to demasculate men by doing stuff like this, but I mean, look at your rappers. Your rappers are dressing like this. Some of your famous basketball players are dressing in outrageous attire coming to the gym. Man, I mean,
Yeah.
one of my favorite basketball players is Russell Westbrook,
I
but
knew you
some
were
I
of
knew
the
say
you was
shit
that.
gonna
he
say it.
I
puts
knew
I
it.
on,
knew it. I knew it.
some of the shit he puts on, man, I swear.
Where's your daddy, Russell?
Yeah.
Where's
Where's your daddy?
the rest of your family? Your wife shouldn't even let you out the house like that.
Queen, queen.
Just
See,
saying, bro.
see,
Love to say.
let's stay in context, right? So we talking about
Mhm.
kingship, right? And
All
and,
right.
and,
Absolutely.
and, and and we're not gonna talk about the queens too much, but that's that duality, Russell. Somebody let you step out the house. Remember, there's a whole lot of parts to this goddamn court, right? When we
Mm.
talk about a king, that's a court, right?
Yeah.
Somebody let you step out looking like a goddamn gesture. Somebody let you come
Mm.
out looking like a motherfucking clown. See,
Shame. That's a
see,
shame.
it's people all in this court to keep shit in order. King don't run shit by himself.
That's a fact.
Everybody in here keeps shit in order. You know what I
That's a
mean?
fact.
And looks matter for men and for women. And at some point, you stop looking like a man, you stop looking like a woman, you start looking like a motherfucking clown. So,
Mm.
You
uh,
right?
let me know what your definition of a king is. We got to be kings out here, but what is a king?
Who you talking to me?
Yeah, yeah, Tanner. Let me let
My
me let me hear yours.
my definition of a king is one who takes care of his family and his people. You know, kingship, you gotta you ruling everything. You making sure everybody is straight, not just your immediate. You making sure everybody good. That goes down from wife to kids to family members to even if you got real immediate close friends. You looking out for them. A check in every now and then personifies just being a king. Just checking in
Right.
on and saying, man, how you doing? You know, we all going through it. So just checking in with somebody and asking them, you know, you good, bro? You need anything? You want to link up for a bit? You know, just chop it up real quick. Anything like that can help, man. We got a lot
Absolutely.
of wannabe kings out here, though. A whole lot of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What
Dig
you
that.
think, man? What you think,
Yeah, and
Royce?
to piggyback off that, man, real talk, and and this is to what let's say I'm saying like it's stuff. Um, I really feel like as far as a king, I'm gonna start down to like the smallest little checkpoint. Like you got to know yourself first. Like you have to be honest with yourself, completely honest first about how you're gonna be, who you're gonna be, what you're gonna be, what you're gonna like, what you're not gonna like. You're gonna stand on your 10 toes about it. It's before you even reach out to anybody, before you go out and conquer any land, before you go out and pursue your woman or vice versa, however that may happen. But really, if you're working on those individual things as a man, on just being true, just being real, being honest with yourself, you know what I'm saying, getting yourself together inside and out, getting your finances together and stuff like that, your responsibilities, I believe that's a great little base for a king because as my man Tanner was saying, taking care of your family does require finances and responsibilities. And if you're not used to that as yourself, taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to lead anything. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be transparent and saying that's the stage that I'm actually in. I'm not going to sit here and truly call myself a king right now because I'm in a stage of rebuilding, not just physically, but rebuilding mentally. So words that
Absolutely.
spew out of my mouth and the actions that come about me, really the actions that come about me don't need to be said. You know what I mean? You act like a man, you think like a man, you have the responsibility to take care of your stuff. People gonna see that, man, and they will
Absolutely.
make you king, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree
That's
100%.
I feel that. I feel that. I
100%.
kind of goes with saying you the best. You can't really say you the best. You can say it, but it's not validated. Somebody else says it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
agree.
What about
I
you though,
think
Chulo?
well, I agree with you both. You know what I mean? I definitely agree with you both, and I feel like it's definitely it's a mindset factor. It's having your head in a certain place. It's going through a certain amount of things, and if you have not been through those certain amount of things, uh, accepting it from someone else. Um, but there's a lot of things that you got to go through and learn before you can get to that point. I like the fact that you said I'm not yet a king.
Yeah,
I'll stand right there with you and say no, I'm not yet a king. I'm coming into that. So I'm 36. You know what I mean? My whole life, I've been doing what I would say was king shit. I feel like I've been winning, doing king shit, doing this, doing that. Really, I was fucking up. I'm just not figuring that out. You know what I
but
mean?
you're
I was,
getting
yeah. Go back and look at my Instagram and all the cool shit that you thought was cool. That was me fucking up.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go back and look at all of the cool moments on Instagram. And, oh, this is dope. And oh, he's stunting and this. No, I was just being stupid. I didn't know no better.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
that's
If you look
true.
at my background right now, see this? I'm mobile right now. I'm in New York.
Tell them.
Show's on the road. Gotta take the show
Tell
on the
them.
road. You understand? But what I'm in, I'm in my responsibility. I'm in my truck. Um,
bro.
this is what
That's
feeds my
real shit
family.
right there.
That is real.
Real shit.
I
That's
didn't
real
know
shit.
until before we started the show.
Yeah,
I was
I
like, oh
didn't
yeah,
either.
he got a little hookup back there. I was like,
Yeah,
then he
I
told
thought
me, I
you
was like,
was
all
in.
right,
I thought you was at the spot or something. Just got your little curtains up.
yeah, in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah. I'm being responsible. You know what I mean? I'm being responsible, which is king shit that I wasn't adhering to in my younger days. Even when I was walking around looking cooler, even when my
Mm,
Instagram photos said better. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
This is the truth though. See, one thing you got facades, and then you got the truth. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Even
And if you
my go ahead.
Nah, and I was gonna throw something in there within the mix of like being a king too, and this is kind of like a subtopic under this topic though.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna tell you this guy talk. We can talk about this. And for all the guys out there, you may feel me, you may not, but I'm being real. I've been masturbation free for about 6 months now. I used to have a hard time, no pun intended, but I used to, I used to, you know what I'm saying? I was really bad with it. I'm talking about with the porn. I'm talking about with just jacking off and stuff like that. Just you know what I mean? Just wasting all types of energy. And I was just doing some studying, really. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. And now I've done this before, and I tried it for like 30 days to see what it was like. You know what I'm saying? But no, I did it for 37 days. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh, I can't do this no more. You know what I mean? This shit hard. But like I said, as I got older and I started wanting to go through some things, probably about 2 years later, you know what I'm saying? I realized what king shit it was taking away from me. And let me tell you guys from my experience what masturbation does. Real talk. You know what I mean? This is what me, you know what I'm saying? I was still dating. I had a girlfriend and I was still jacking off. You feel what I mean? And you already know what they can do to her. She gonna feel like she ain't worth nothing. But I'm gonna tell you what it
Absolutely.
did to me. I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I was sleeping late. I was real, turtle shell. Like I was very introvert. Like I didn't want to come outside. When I was walking, walking around, like my posture was low, my head was down. I found it hard to talk to people. I couldn't really concentrate as much. You know what I'm saying? My eating habits were different. You feel me? And I just felt slothy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, something's gonna have to change. I got to get up on my king ish. Let me just start with this because I've been doing this since I was 11, 12 years old, right? Not when I a care in the world, not even thinking like,
Let me
oh, this is
just
the thing to
start with
do.
this.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah,
I thought that was some king shit because that's all dudes ever talked about. Yeah, man, you know what I'm
That's it.
saying? You got to
Yeah.
make sure you do it before you have sex. I'm like, okay, yeah. But, all this stuff became a habit. But when I stopped, fellas, when I stopped, I noticed changes in the first week in my rest. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like all I needed was like 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and I was just ready to get up and just start doing some things. You know what I'm saying? Like your mind would start spinning, you start thinking of different things, and then a lot of people don't know the power of semen. And a king semen, like you know how powerful that is. That's all. That's
Absolutely.
DNA, bro.
Absolutely.
You making a child. That's the next closest thing to God that you can be, is that semen in your ball sack. And I,
that's
I, I
real.
think I think men should start really paying attention to how important our penises are. You know what I'm saying? I was a hoe out there in them streets, just giving all the meat. You know what I'm
Say,
saying? Pause.
nigga
I'm
spill
right
his
there
yak,
with
but
I wasn't being no king. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you.
I wasn't being no king. Like part of being the king is having what's the word? Where you don't break. You feel me?
restraint.
Yeah, the strength. Cause any woman to come around, I was just like, ooh. I wonder what she like. I wonder what she like. Just getting weak. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you, I promise y'all this experience. When you hold your king semen, fellas, you ain't got to do no type of bird call. Women are going to see that. They see that you are responsible. You about yourself. There's something about they smell it on you. Like, hold on, this dude ain't been fucking with nobody. I got to see what the hell's going on. I smell it. He's doing something with himself,
So
and it's turning me on.
so look,
Pause.
and I just see shit right. I put shit together right. If a woman's pregnant and you're not looking at her stomach, can you tell?
Ooh, that's a
Whoa,
good
whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa. Hold on,
It
say that
depends.
again. Say
It
that again.
depends.
If a woman's if when a woman gets pregnant and excluding her stomach, just looking at her face, can
Mm-hmm.
you tell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some
Yeah.
women
I
you
know I
can.
can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
you
Yeah.
know
can
I
see it.
can.
You see that
Yeah.
So I
oil that
feel what he's
glow
saying,
about it.
right?
Yeah.
I feel, and that's just you just gave her a shot. I say that again. You just gave her one shot.
Yeah.
I got a whole. I'm full of this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
imagine if I just hold on to it myself, I might yeah. I can
Yeah.
see where that makes sense.
Yeah, because
Because she
we
be
all meant to
beautiful.
recreate. True that.
Yeah,
We all meant to
she be,
reproduce. If we're taking away everything that we've been taught, we just go to strictly nature of man and woman is to procreate, right? A woman knows when you a hoe, like, oh, he for the street. That dude be shooting everywhere. His value's gone down when they know that this shit slanging everywhere. They're like, I don't want that semen. It's been everywhere. But there's something about when a man holds his stuff together and it's not focused on her. Women are turned on when you're not worried about them. That's weird.
That is weird. That's
You
a
know what I'm
good thing.
saying?
Yeah.
When you think about it, when you on your king ish, that's when a woman becomes a queen, if you ask me, because I think that's when you get most of the femininity out of them. You're such a man and you're such a person of responsibility and self care of yourself and focused on yourself to prepare yourself from whomever. It's such a turn on to women. They're like, oh, wait a minute, I need to hold on, I need to let me put on some little smell. Let me talk a little sweeter. Let me walk with a little twitch. Let me bat my eyes. Let me be a real woman. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff can be is we ain't even gotta
now,
talk.
I gotta jump in there too because right, I don't want people to hear that and think that that's all it takes, right? Because for me, that's
Correct.
all I had out of a lot of women was them batting their eyes and the prettiness and all of that. Oh, they look like queens. Yeah, they look like queens, but they should have been in the goddamn military.
Dang.
They should have been they should have been down on the war field some goddamn where. You know what I mean? These women wasn't ready to be the queen to act like women. You know what I mean?
True.
Being a woman, you ain't hard, and I don't want you to be. Why are you gonna have a soft body and a hard heart? What? How the hell do that make sense? What I want? What I want you to? I touch your whole body, front to back. It's just soft and tender, and then you hard as goddamn Tupac on the inside. Who want to deal with that? Nobody.
No, you got a point.
Nobody. You
A
know what I
lot of
mean?
these, a lot of these women nowadays, though, they're being raised like it. They are being raised to the point where they don't need a man until the last minute, and they're losing that sense of that feminine side of them that's going to draw that man coming in. Because for me, especially when I met my wife, I wasn't even looking for a female, and she caught me before I caught her. She seen me. I was just on my shit, just working. I had just got divorced. I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing. All I'm doing is just focusing on getting this money and doing what I got to do for the kids and getting my shit together. Bam, here she come. She popped up out of nowhere. Passed her 3 days in a row at work and never even said a word to her. And she saw me.
She
So,
say this nigga too bouncy, too happy. He on this
man,
king shit.
wouldn't think
She like
about nothing. Wouldn't think about none of that. But it's the truth, man. It's some of these women now are being raised to the point where they feel that they don't need a man, regardless of whether this man is on his shit 100%. They feel I don't need him. I don't want it. And even when he does come around, it's always going to be something that's going to come with it. It's going to be some negative with it. And then they still have that, not all women, but some women still have that in the back of their mind. Yeah, I want the dope boy. I see the dope boy over there. The dope boy got the money, he got the cars, he got the jewels and all that. And they have to fall flat on their face to realize that they let the
if
good one
if
go to get the bad one.
if that woman's listening at this point in time, if she runs across this podcast, if it is that man that you feel some kind of way for, something about him that you like, if you're not an intelligent woman, you don't need that man.
That's a
If
fact.
you are not an intelligent woman, you will just be riding whatever train there is, and if that train crashes, you're gonna die. Okay. So but if you do get one of those brothers and you're an intelligent woman, hey, just show that man another hustle. Show that man some other avenues. You know, research some things with him. There's some things that if he knew about, he would go that route. You know what I mean? I spent a long, the greater part of my life. You know what I mean? I'm 36, but I'm just starting to figure this shit out. You know, like just now. uh, like I said, I'm in my truck. You know what I mean? I spent a whole lot of time trying to get money the wrong ways and trying to do things and trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When all I really needed was a little bit of guidance. You know what I mean? Um, that woman that's looking at that man and thinking you want this dope boy and you want this and that. That ain't what you want. You know, you caught up and attracted to certain lifestyles just like we is, and we don't even know what the fuck we attracted to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I know when I was younger, it was simply just having things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Uh, if I had known there was guys out there having things, if I had known you could be an electrician and be having things, might have been an electrician. You know what I mean? If I would have known I could have been a contractor and be having things, I might have been a contractor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of other avenues out here that produce the things that visually that these women are looking for and these young boys are looking for when they go out and they get themselves wrapped up in the bullshit. That if somebody gave them just a little bit of guidance, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
for
right.
sure. And who
You
that?
right.
Yeah, he said pheromones. That's the word I was trying to find. You know what I'm saying? There's pheromones and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And no, that's completely true, man. And even just as we continue talking about this, man, like, and this kind of goes back to what we were saying early in the beginning about the demasculation, right? Now, we hear women in chats and other forums and stuff like that talk about, oh, we want kings, you know what I'm saying? I'm down for my king, da da da. But we want to talk about these, you know what I'm saying, these little shorts though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's just a joke or you know what I'm saying, when females are just joking about that particular stuff. But, you know, if you trying to get you a king, you know what I'm saying, that's ladies, that's just one of the last things that you need not to do. You know what I mean? Like we
Absolutely.
take our attire, very seriously. I don't mean that in a way of just like some pretty boy shit. I just mean like, hey man, just get my shirt, man, get my jeans, nice
That
shoes,
attire
you know what I'm
describes who you are.
saying? Who exactly.
You're dressing like a bitch. Just say it.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I just no, and look, they got these other memes too. Now I know it's funny, you know what I mean? But like I'm thinking about how kids looking at this some of this stuff. I see memes where
It
this
Exactly.
is
one woman,
funny.
look,
Jokes are
Chulo,
funny.
they got this one woman he's she holding up her man on the kitchen counter. He got his legs up.
Out of pocket. Out of pocket.
She looking back like this. You know what I mean? I'm like, I said no. I know it's
Mm-mm.
funny, but it's like, yo, but no, definitely, man. And another thing I want to add to, like, you know what I'm saying, to the king stuff too. I don't know if you mentioned it just a little bit early, Rich, but we were talking about the definition of a king is really just not a solo thing. We were talking about like his cabinet, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to be a
Yeah.
king, you know what I'm saying? A king has his cabinet, of his from his soldiers, his advisors, you know what I'm saying, his senate, you know what I mean, or anything, you know what I'm saying, or you could say, like, you know what I'm saying, like your homeboys or something like that, or your village or whatnot. But let me ask this question for y'all though. Now we talk about the king stuff, but like, how many kings can there be? Are we speaking as a king in your own right, in your own space, as far as like your family, you know what I'm saying? Because even outside of your family, there are other kings too. So
Yeah.
like, are we talking about individual kings in their own space, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Absolutely. We ain't
yeah,
on no Highlander shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, for those who, a lot of y'all too young know what the fuck I'm talking about, I guess. But there can only be one, right? Highlander cut the nigga head off to make sure it's just him. You know
right,
what I mean?
right,
Exactly.
But no, that ain't what we on, right?
yeah,
Uh, we all need to be kings. We all need to be kings. And until we can all step up and learn to be kings, we're gonna have a problem. So we are talking about how can we all elevate each other individually first and as collectively as a group.
Collectively. Yeah.
and what I like what you, and if you don't mind, like, so we were talking about, to say, how can we do this? Well, we were talking about starting at the home, like the simplest form. Before your kids, if you're raising kids, you know what I'm saying, you're the king of your castle, you got your wife and you got your kids. Before those kids even go to school, before they even go to church, before they go to the grocery store, anything like that, they get their teachings from the crib. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? On how to
Absolutely.
present yourself, how to act, how to be responsible. Hey, make sure you turn on your left signal, your right signal when you're driving. Be kind, courteous, be respectful. Be truthful, be honest. All that. Like, you learn all of that stuff, and I think that's a great thing, great place to start, because when we try to figure out what's wrong with our community, as the black community and as men, and we're asking all these questions and we're saying, okay, well, the white man did this or the white man did that, or the system is against us and all that. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, well, how many times are we gonna say that, knowing that they're not gonna do anything about it? At some
Exactly.
point, we gonna have to.
We got to do something
We
ourselves.
got to do something ourselves. So I say, yo, we got to start at home when it comes to as far as being a king. You're gonna have to raise your village right, and that's within that house. Because now you're moving on to passing on the torch for that next king, which I guess that son or that daughter would be the prince or the princess. You know what I'm saying? So like, but how do y'all feel about that? You know what I'm saying? As far as how do y'all feel in the black community? You know what I'm saying? How do you think we're doing in our homes as of now, as far as y'all's experience and stuff with other people?
It's hard to say in some instances because now you have so many kids coming up, boys and girls, without father figures and mother figures in the household. A lot of the kids getting dropped off at grandmama house and mom or pops not coming around for an extended period of time. For me, instance, my father always gave us not necessarily a set of rules, but taught us to when you speaking to somebody, you look them in the eyes. You give them a firm handshake to let them know you serious. Whether or not it's about a job, whether or not it's about playing sports or anything, you speak with your head up. Even in a loss, you pick your head up.
Say it
But
with your chest.
yeah, exactly. But it's now the world in general has become so sensitive and become and has been knocked down a peg to the point where just doing something is enough. You got
So
kids now. You just like okay, prime example of that in your neighborhood. You knew if you went over somebody else's house and you did something you didn't have no business doing, everybody in the neighborhood knew about it. You was gonna get your ass whooped probably by everybody in the neighborhood before you got home. Now everybody minds their business. Nobody says anything to anybody. No kids are watching out for each. No parents are watching out for someone else's kids, and it's getting worse every day. But to
so
but
so if I
bringing it
fall
to
in line and conform, can I call myself a king? Can I still be a king if I handle my business, but I don't worry about nobody but me?
It's a good question.
it is a good question. Yes, you can be a king in yourself, but are you just a king of just yourself, or are you a king of what your people around you, your family around
Or
Well,
if
when you
everybody
say
was
that,
a king of themselves, is that really being the king of everybody?
thank you, brother.
you?
Thank
Exactly.
you, brother.
We just
So,
said
so that's where I was going to. Can you be a king of just you? If you're a king, can you just be the king of you?
that's
A king,
Well,
mm,
wait,
king
wait,
is a
wait,
king.
wait.
oh
Now, the answer is yes. You can be the king of you. Like you, that's your choice to be. You know what I'm saying? It's your choice to mind your business or not. Right? We
yeah.
got that choice. Is it beneficial? I would say no. I think I said it's a little. It might be a little selfish in a way because a part of me, like, God, like I'm such a loving person just to people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it kills me. It has killed me before. You know what I mean? And I think you have to kind of pick and choose. It's like I would say first handle your home. I say first handle your home because then once you do that, whomever you are leading and educating at home, when they go out there, they are being the example of what
What's at
they
home?
have at home. Because there may be some people out there that ain't got no daddy at home. Let's yeah, that's a with black people in the black family. There's a lot of black fathers that are not in the mix of the children or just as a family altogether. So I've been in cases where when I was in Pine Bluff, you know what I'm saying, I was living in Pine Bluff in the hood down there, man, and I was really into the youth there, you know what I'm saying? And I got to see the effects of the kids that had their kings and the kids that didn't have their kings. And the kids didn't have their kings, they would come over to me and my best friends, my sister, Cece, come over to our apartment and they just want to play, you know what I'm saying, with the cat. We'll feed them food or something like that, but they just wanted that interaction with the male figure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just played that part and said, you know what? I ain't got no kids, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't married or anything like that, but like I felt like it was my civil duty to be like, nah, let me give this kid some time because these kids really they'll wait at our door at the class.
Damn.
We 20 years old, you know what I'm saying? And the mom just letting us do it because she trusted. She's like, you know, it was 5 kids, but we didn't care. You know what I'm saying? This was fun. And then when I went back, I didn't go back, but like toward the end of my graduation, I hadn't seen them in 2 or 3 years, and I went back to the apartment area. They were like 12, 13 now. They ain't forgot anything. You know what I'm saying? It was just
That's what's
how
up.
they were. Just with that moment, for that year, just spending time with them, like, yeah, we can be selfish kings. We can do that. We can have that choice. But like when that opportunity arises for you to teach somebody that ain't got nothing that you got, Yeah, go ahead and do it. I think everybody just need to play their part, though. You know what I'm saying? Take care at home, and then that will lead by example.
That's a
I
good
hear
point.
that. I hear that. So everybody talking, and that's a part of that's a part of something that we do a lot, man. As the black community, as a culture, uh, and it's something that's not very kingly. So we talking about being kings. We talking about how do we get to that? How do we stand on that? You know what I mean? And that's gossiping and shit like that. Those aren't the ways that we get there. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta find something solid to do. In order to do that, you gotta find something solid to look at. I know for a fact that you coaching.
Mm.
If I'm gonna teach a kid something, it's damn near impossible to teach him something that I've never shown him. I
Gotcha.
can tell him some shit. Hey, go over there, run a pick, and then curl off the pick, kick back up. Now, if he has never seen this happen, he's not going to execute this the way I want him to.
Right.
Yeah.
I need
Right.
to show him this happening
Right.
in order to expect him to be able to do this. So understand when you have young men being raised and there is no true example of a king. If you can't look around and see none that he sees every day, talks to every day, is mentored by every day, then your son ain't gonna be a king. He gonna be a nigga first. He gonna be a nigga first. He gonna go to jail first. 1 out of 3 niggas go to the penitentiary. He gonna fit in that category.
You're right.
We're not trying to give you in that. We trying to break that cycle. But in
Yeah.
order to break that cycle, we got to be honest. We lie too much. You asked about, hey man, what do we think about the households? And I think we're doing a terrible fucking job. That's what I think. I think I hear kids walk past me with their phones playing music that you know I
Yeah,
know
we couldn't
damn.
listen to at that age.
Come on, man, and you got this shit blaring like I ain't standing here,
Man,
almost like fuck me. You know, I thought I was a parent, and you as a kid, you supposed to respect that in some sense.
that's
you
crazy
know,
that you bring that up because I was outside yesterday, and in my neighborhood, there's these few girls. They all play around, play with all the other kids, but this little girl probably has to be no older than 10 years old, and I'm talking. She got shorts on that she ain't got no business having on, and it's seeming like it's becoming the new norm for parents to dress their kids and shit like that. And, it's just it's crazy to see that. I go crazy anytime I see my little girl and stuff like that. I don't let her wear that. I don't let her wear that around the house. But just that they go to school and they see little Megan or little Keisha or whoever it is wearing stuff like it, 10, 9, 8 years old, they going home thinking, oh, why can't I wear that? It's crazy how bad it's getting, and the abnormal is becoming normal now. It's ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. So as a king, if you have a daughter and she out here dressing like Megan or the city girls or whoever, would you call that man a king?
Repeat that one more time.
I'm saying no.
You
I don't
got the
need
young
to.
girls. Here's an example. I
All
saw the
right.
prom pictures this year, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and apparently there's a trend going on this summer with it. And you, boy, I
Yeah.
almost got mad. Hey,
I think I know what you're talking about.
y'all this year and these trends that y'all doing. So this year, I guess the women what they doing is wearing and I after I see 4 5 pictures, I realize this the whole trend for the summer, right? So whole trend for the summer, what they're doing is just a bathing suit and they only covering a quarter of titty, but just circle in the middle and they leaving the
Oh
bottom.
yeah.
So you know how they got side titty,
Yeah. All
now
that.
they got bottom titty.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
they're just covering this, and they got bottom titty,
That's
leaving
right.
the bottom of the titty meat out now, right?
Yeah.
So every time I look, it's some new shit going on. But where their daddies at?
Where the
You
mamas
you
at?
you you. Oh, I'm gonna get to your mama in a minute, but we talking about kings, right? We talking about kings, right? Where your
Southern
daddy
Latin
at?
do that.
While you walking around with your titty meat out, where your daddy?
We know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I know. I said that for a reason. We all know where he at. Don't
Hmm.
nobody care or respect the fact wherever
Or
he at,
this
right?
may hurt
That's a
some
problem.
feelings. This may hurt some feelings. We know where he ain't at, but then there's some. Okay, to answer that question, there's two things I'm gonna say. You say where the daddy at? All right. Most of the time the daddy ain't there. The other times the daddy's sitting there watching too.
Yeah, he got a point.
There are cases.
Or the daddy sitting there arguing with the mama, and he losing that battle every
Don't
time.
got nothing wrong. It should be all right. No, wait. There's daddies out there looking.
So we gotta start, on our own. Fuck they thoughts, they feelings and opinions. We talking king shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So king to king. If your baby get up with her titties out, her ass out, I saw. Did you see these prime pictures?
I ain't seen
Did
him yet.
y'all? Did y'all? See,
No, I just saw the ones with the choppers.
I ain't
just,
seen him
just
yet.
yeah, just Google, random prime pictures from these last. You know what I mean? And even if you saw the ones with the choppers, bro, when
Yeah.
we went to the prom, okay, and maybe it was start.
Yeah.
Maybe it was start. You know what I mean?
Dang, that boy
I ain't
too
gonna act
far
like
removed
it.
then.
But no, now I mean I can see it all now.
Yeah.
I can see it all now, and it's somebody baby. This baby might not be able to drive yet. It's a whole titty out.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know
You
even
telling
with
me
those.
you telling me
Yeah.
that's a king's daughter?
Oh, definitely not. No,
No,
definitely not.
no.
I remember going to the prom, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the girls I took they were beautiful, man. I mean, when I go back and look at their pictures now, and I'm like, dang, they were just dressed nice. I mean, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Everything was covered, but it was like you knew that like, that's a woman. They did have the shape, that's a dress. Like, of course, you know what I mean? They're going. So that was enough for me right there. Just like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, you know what I mean?
Right,
Didn't kill it on the makeup, you know what I'm saying, and
right.
all that. It was just like, it's so nostalgic. Even going back looking at those pictures now, like, dang, we got turned on by that alone,
Hmm.
yeah.
you know. So then we have to ask ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're fighting against two things. We're fighting with our women about these kids, and then we're fighting with our own government. But what they're putting out there, you know what I'm saying? I think it starts right back at the home again. Like how much attention are we paying attention to our princesses and our princes out there when it comes
That's
to
it.
social media? Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You can watch people knock the boots, right? And people, I'm sorry, I'm showing my age. You can show people having sex on Twitter.
Body rocking, knocking up.
You know what I'm saying? Ooh, yeah. But on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Everybody flashing their OnlyFans account. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, if it shows you right there how important it is to have a king in the household.
Yeah.
It shows, and I've actually seen proof, like just proof. And I'm gonna keep it real. Let's keep it real. I don't know if you guys have had this experience. Shout out to the ones that are married. You know what I'm saying, Tanner. You know what I'm saying. In my past relationships, the last 10 years, I have played many a stepdaddies. All right.
That's
And
what's
I'm
up.
and I'm gonna say father figure because I wasn't married to anyone.
Yeah,
I think I
I
was
was about to
engaged
say
once.
that. You
Yeah, I
you
wasn't a
you in the
stepdad.
house, you taking care of it. You
You
you a
know,
dad.
now I will say this: I have to give a shout out to the mothers that I did date for making it easy for me because it wasn't too hard. Like it was almost like they were already ready. They were just like, the yes sir, no man, and this is people whose fathers were not in their lives, right? So I got to give a props to the mothers and stuff like that. But then when I start to see the results of the kids, the boys and the girls, you know what I'm saying? It's just like sometimes the kids don't even have to say nothing. They just want to just be around your energy. You know what I'm saying? And then they just pick up certain things from you, certain things you didn't know that they
Let me
were, Go ahead.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And this, this is as a 36-year-old man,
Yeah.
you know, and all of us, are a little older. You know what I mean? We're not kids, we're not babies, you know, but we're talking about their feelings and how they feel and what they do with, as a 36-year-old man today, if there's an older black man, if I get out of my truck and there's an older black man, I'm gonna talk to him.
Absolutely.
'Cause he's gonna teach me something. I'm gonna feel better while he's talking to me.
Absolutely.
It's the same way with your small child. It's the exact same way. You know what I mean? And I didn't have as much of that as the typical, some other child might have had, and I knew that. I know that. So I try to get it whenever I can get it. I appreciate it. I understand what it does. You know what I mean? Not only the accountability of, we talk kingship. You know what I mean? But not only the accountability of your peers, those around you, but also the accountability of your family. Those two things keep you moving as a man, keep you
Yep.
moving in the right direction. A man that don't have no accountability to shit, Now you're gonna see a man show his ass. Now you're gonna
Absolutely.
see a man show you all his problems. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that just because a man has accountability that he's not gonna do any of these things, but these things start to decrease in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
A man still has to learn. Just because I was blessed with responsibility today, boom, 10 kids today, don't mean I'm gonna grow up today. It's gonna take some time, and I'll figure that out in that walk. Now, should I? You fucking right, you should. You got 10 kids, you gotta get your shit together.
Yeah.
That's up.
And you want to know what I was the king of, y'all?
What's
I,
up?
I was the king of non-accountability.
I
You
think
ain't
we
saying,
all
yeah,
want.
yeah. I want to share some of my flaws with the brothers on here. Like I was the king of lies. I was the king of no accountability. It was everybody's fault. Narcissism flew here and there. You know what I'm saying? Cheating and all deceitful, all that. Like believe me, and it's been a rough thing to shake off because it had became a habit, and that definitely wasn't no king shit. You know what I'm saying? Like kings don't lie.
Ladies, we was dirty niggas in our 20s. Don't judge these niggas in
Man,
their
what
I
y'all
was
20s.
I
say?
was
They
dirty
are
in my
changing.
30 too, though. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Dirty 30, we say dirty 30 for a reason. By
we fighting,
35,
we
you
fighting
just
demons
learning
every
to be
day.
a man. You're just learning to be a man.
Fighting demons, nah, brother. I was fucking demons, bro.
Damn,
I didn't
damn.
even know if they were. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking demons, bro. Like I was, yeah, man. I was just falling into the abyss of just. And I'm gonna tell you this though. It's interesting though because this all ties into the kingship when we talking about the sex. You know what I'm saying? And just holding that in, like picking and choosing wisely and stuff like that. Like if we men actually take the time and just look at how important first how the human body is and how it works. Like I know sometimes we could take advantage of it by the things we eat, for how much we sleep or not, or we smoke cigarettes or weed or cocaine and all that stuff like that. There's a limit to everything that we do, to our bodies, and those things can affect our mind, which also can affect our actions. You know what I'm saying, and our thought process and stuff like that. We men have to
I'm not gonna
really.
let you tell these people there's a limit to how much cocaine we should be doing. Don't do no goddamn cocaine, people.
I'm just saying,
Cocaine
if
alone.
you, hey, it's a hell of a drug. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to say for all the people that got all those type of you know, them things that they need to get them where they need to be. You really need to understand that.
The lasting effect.
Yes, and without that, it's okay if you don't have any of that. The biggest high you can get, honestly, and I'll be rich, and you know what I'm saying. I'm an advocate for weed. You know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I don't smoke it. You know what I'm saying. But
So you shouldn't act that way.
yeah, but on the simple things and the basic things, like from everything that we consume, from what we watch, what we listen to, who we're around, you know what I'm saying? That affects our whole energy to the T. Like I'm telling you, like
Yes, it does.
I've got so many stories that I'm not even gonna worry about sharing them. Just let y'all know, like I have been the simp. You know what I'm saying? I have been the alpha male. I have been the sigma male. You know what I'm saying? All them little. I've been all of those, man. But no feeling is any. He really was for real. Yes, he was. He was. You know what I'm saying? She know what's up. She know what's up. Hey, for real. I don't know why I don't have any kids now, but I will say this. It's like we have to start. Black men, all men, we really have to start, and it's the hardest thing to do. Literally, look at yourself in the mirror, and this was just me. I've done this several times. Like I named every motherfucking thing I knew was wrong that I did. We're gonna go all the way back. Something between me, myself, and I that I knew. You know what I mean? But and just really just admitting that to yourself. You know how easy it is to tell somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you wrong. I would have done it this way. But how hard it is that I don't know. For me,
Just for
Chulo, it
every-
probably not be hard for you, but it was hard for
Oh
me
no.
to
I
tell
get it.
myself, tell Royce, you fucked up. Royce, you cheated. Royce, you lied. Royce, you deceived. Royce, you stole. Royce, you hit a lick. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? That's not right. You're fucked up for doing that. Now change it. I've been hard on myself, especially lately. I've been battling a lot of things, and I'm willing to admit that it's all good, man. And I'm just hoping this can reach out and touch our men, man. Let's be
Absolutely.
accountable. Let's be
That's
real
Absolutely.
with ourselves.
I
That's
For
say
real,
it's
real shit.
kingship. What I
do that.
heard, when you guys was pick your battles. That's what I heard. That ain't the words you said, but I heard pick your battles, right? And as a king, that's a part of a king's job. is to pick the battles. You know what I mean? We're not going into every goddamn fight. I'm not fighting everybody because they standing up. No, I'm gonna pick my battle. This may not be a smart fight right here. Maybe we're gonna walk around and go this way and leave them come back later. You know what I mean? But that's a king's job. Where, you know, I can't sacrifice everybody on one stupid decision. You know what I mean? So yeah, learn to pick your battles, fellas.
I can literally say, and I shout out to both of y'all for speaking on that, man. That is real shit to even bring to be able to say that. You know, I can say for me, I have learned a whole lot more about myself over the past 3 years. My wife has really helped me along the way with my mental issues, being able to open up a whole lot more, being able to talk to her and get things out that honestly I felt like I was just going to take to the grave with me. And she literally, and she didn't do it forcefully. She didn't force it out of me. She just was attentive to me and just kept asking, you know, hey, I'm not going nowhere. So when you're ready to bring this out and you're ready to talk about this, I'm gonna be sitting right next to you, and we gonna beat this shit up together.
Shout out to that queen. That's a real queen right there.
She has been, honestly, for me, and I've been through some shit. My parents can tell you I've been through some shit. The worst thing I can ever say in my life that I've been through is having to look at my mother and my father through that glass window. Having to deal with that, knowing that I have someone telling me, nigga, it's time for you to go to sleep. Nigga, it's time for you to take a shower. Nigga, it's time for you to eat. And having them not being able to physically touch my mama or hug my mama or give my pops a pound, that's the worst thing I can say that I've ever had to deal with, besides losing a child. You know, that's the worst thing I've had to deal with. And all of those emotions I just let sit and fester inside of me. And my wife brought it out of me. And me and her had many a nights just sitting, talking, and getting it out, drinking a little wine, and just talking and getting all of that out. Now, yeah, we smoke a little weed too, but you know what I mean? You do what you have to do to get it out, but it helps. And it helped me. And she has shown me that, hey, there's certain people you need to be around, certain people you don't. And
that's right.
We have a thing, and I have one, you know, and if you're not helping me mentally, financially, or spiritually, we really don't have too much to talk about.
That's it.
You don't have nothing to talk about, because I'm not just going to sit here and just shoot the shit with you just to be doing it.
If all you want is for me to put on some hoochie daddy shorts and entertain you,
you go right back to that.
That ain't what you're going to get from me. Huh? Take your city girl ass and pack it up. Huh?
Yeah. And let me ask something in here before Jamie comes in. I know she was trying to I think things also too to kind of help this king stuff too, man. One thing is what we're doing right here. Like I don't know, you know, I get excited, you know what I'm saying, when especially when you guys reached out, you know what I'm saying, because I've been looking, especially just on podcast thing, just like, man, I just need some good brothers, you know, to chop it up with, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of us black men have things that hell we really want to talk about that society kind of deems as weak to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the fears, you know what I'm saying? Some of the mental issues and stuff like that we all got to keep bottled in and stuff. Like, I think that's part of a king too, is this expression of truth and how you feel about certain things. Like, kings hurt too, shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know, you don't. And the longer we hold that stuff in, you know what I'm saying, that king gonna turn into a conqueror in a minute if you ain't too careful. And it's just I really do like the space that we have, and I hope that we continue to grow as men and as black men especially, to have these kind of talks like this, online, offline, having forums or seminars and stuff like that, just to bring that strength back, just to know that there are other men out there like you that have the same mental issues or the same worries or the same anxiety as you have, but y'all all got the same strength. You know what I mean? We come together like Voltron, and I think that's what we need. That's what America is afraid of. Exactly. They're afraid of men coming together.
Are y'all questioning that right now? Is that what y'all are doing? Are y'all questioning that?
I know that's it.
Oh, okay. Because they won't let 10 niggas stand in the parking lot together after 10 o'clock.
They won't. They have us conditioned.
Just making sure you know. Right.
They have us conditioned.
Hey, you damn right. Hey, let me get this guest on here and let her ask. She had a question, and she also had, and to the viewers, if you, I love to get your comments up here and your questions. We love that because it adds to the show. But if you type a book on the screen, I'm not going to read it, but I will let you come up and say whatever you have to say yourself. All right. Now, with that being said,
It
hello
wasn't a
there.
book. Hey, it wasn't a book. I just copied and pasted. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that.
I saw that. I said, "Damn, what she want me to do with this?"
I was just trying to help the situation. No, but my questions are for Tanner only because, and this is no offense to single men in the thing, but Tanner is married. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, well, no, we know that the attack is on marriages, right? We know that they're not wanting people to necessarily get married or all of that type of stuff. So my question is how big of a decision was that for you, and how did you know that that was for you, though?
For you talking about with my current wife, my wife now?
So how many times have you been married?
This is my second marriage. I was
Okay.
married before. I was with my ex-wife for 12 years.
Okay.
And this is my second. But me realizing who she was in a space where I was at the time. I was coming out of a marriage. She wasn't, but had been through some things. You can say in some ways she had been broken and damaged a little bit, trying to get herself back on her feet. And she was all about working. I was all about working at the time. And the thing that caught my eye the most was just her being comfortable, being able to talk to her, being able to just sit down and have a conversation. And it didn't have to be nothing specific, just being able to just have an intelligent conversation. And for one, with her, she is one of those natural queens that embrace everything that's Black about herself. And that just blew my mind because I've been around a lot of women that feel that they need makeup or things like that. They need somebody to tell them this, that they have to wear this to look a certain way. And she was just comfortable in her skin. My wife's got dreads. I'm going to tell all of y'all here, I was a bald-headed scallywag for at least 20-some years, and she convinced me to dread my hair up. I'm talking bald-headed, hairline going back, and so she really embraced herself, and it made me want to embrace it. And I'm gonna pick her brain and see how she feels about this, or how she goes about this, or what she does with this. And the more I did it, the more and more I fell in love with her. Like, I proposed to her 6 months after us being together.
Okay.
And then the very next year we got married. We got married August 2nd. So our anniversary is actually coming up. And I can literally say these last 3 years of my life has been the best 3 years of my life that I have had. Every day I look forward to the next day with her.
You
okay,
see,
where's your wife at now? Because if she's not listening to this, I
was actually supposed to be somewhere with her, but she went out with one of her friends. And I love my wife to have her time. She needs that time, just like I need.
Well, maybe she's listening, because you're gonna get you some when she gets.
Oh, no, she ain't listening. She don't be paying no attention to me.
Okay, I think that kind of sums it up. So, do you think that there is value in marriage, though?
Yes, there's absolutely value in marriage.
What is that, though?
It's hard in this generation to find it because, like we've been talking about, the dads aren't at home. Some of the moms aren't present all the time to express what it is you need, how to portray yourself, what you need to look for in a man, what you want your man to see about you. It took me a long time to get to the point where when I see a woman, don't look at the ass, don't look at the titties, look at how she conducts herself every single day. There's a lot of women that I've seen that I've looked at that could have been potential wife material, but they got to be allowed in the room.
Look at it all.
Yeah, they got to be.
Don't skip over all the.
You got to look at everything, and not a lot of guys and not a lot of women want to look at everything.
Right.
They see one or two things about it and be like, "No, that's not for me," or they see that and that's all they want is just that. I seen with her, I seen it all.
Got you.
And it blew my mind, and it still does even now.
Okay. Now, see, what I hear, I wasn't there. You know what I mean? But what I hear, right, of course, I wasn't there. But what I hear is that she helped him blossom.
Yeah,
She
You know what
that's
I
what it
mean?
sounds like.
absolutely.
And as a queen, you know what I mean. Even the nigga said he was bald. He ain't had no more hair. She
Man, that
blossomed
shit
his hair
gone.
back. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
But that's what a queen will do, though. A
Yeah.
queen will take you and blossom you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? If y'all are not making each other blossom, you're really no good for each other. You asked him, what do you think is the good thing
He
about
don't
being
sound like
married?
he on a talk show or something like that. Like you just giving advice, like you Montel Williams or something. Like
Yeah.
He got that Larry King mic right there.
You know
like
what
I
I'm
just
saying?
want to
One
say
of his
that.
nephews. You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm talking
I'm
about? Well, hey, Kevin's gone. So Kevin's gone. So you got me. You're gonna get what you gotta get.
Preach, brother,
This
preach.
this is what you got.
You
Preach.
wanted the 3-piece suit? I'm giving you a T-shirt, my nigga.
There
Hey,
you
hey,
go.
That's what we
We
doing.
got to
I
start
got
from
what I got.
somewhere.
right.
Hey,
You know
Okay,
what I'm
I think
saying?
you
that's
answered my question. No offense to the single guys, but I mean, I just wanted to ask Tanner what he saw because, again, when you see somebody talk about marriage, it's always negative, especially in today's society. Like it's always like complaining
Preach.
or whining or, they got married and they don't get sex no more, or like just crazy things that make you just not even want to dive in, or like somebody's been divorced 1,000 times and now they just don't believe in love, and so. Especially in our community, because I don't think neither one of us are taught to be wives or husbands in that
right.
retrospect. We're not really taught that. It's not an objective for us. I think sometimes men love their daughters so highly that they make it hard for a man to love her too. Because it's like, oh, if he's not doing what I did for you, then you shouldn't marry him. So sometimes that's a catch-22 too.
Yeah.
So because there's boys out here that are not being raised to be husbands. They're raised to play games. We teach our boys to play football, to play video games. We teach them everything to do those things, but we're not teaching them to be husbands or anything like that. So,
No.
you've seen the
I will
athlete
say
make
this
it
though.
We
to
gotta go back to in the
the
house.
NFL and
We
have
Yeah,
gotta
no
go
yeah,
fear.
back to in the house.
yeah.
Cause we
Now,
cause we tell them all of this bullshit is
Mhm.
okay.
yeah.
When
Now,
we listen, when we hear them playing these musics and these songs and all, we tell them it's okay. When the baby come down with them little ass shorts on, whether it's your son now or your daughter, we tell them it's okay.
Nah.
mm,
Mm-mm.
mm. And I
Mhm.
will say this, and I'm only doing this because I'm adding the realistic part on it, statistically in a sense. Um, so I look at it from a different way. Like, I see marriage in two different kind of lights. You know what I'm saying? I don't disagree with marriage or anything like that. Like I think marriage is a wonderful thing. Now I haven't experienced, the closest I've been was engaged. You know what I'm saying? But even that wasn't really something that I really wanted. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, that's just all another story. But
Can I ask you
um,
how old you were when you were engaged?
32,
Okay.
32 years old.
Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a story. In a way, it was like I was too simpish to say no. I was really forced into that situation, but at the same
Damn.
time, I
It happens
wasn't.
for different reasons. We
Yeah. Now,
soul
but
searching out here.
prior to the force, I mean, I was doing things that she didn't even know. So like, that's another story. But when it comes to like, I say marriage, I think marriage is a wonderful thing, and props to those who are married because it is hard. It is hard to find out there in general. Statistically, you know what I'm saying, everybody's not going to be married statistically. You know what I
Who's
mean?
been
Like
married here?
here, whereas oh no, I haven't been married.
Damn, I'm the only married nigga in the building?
No.
No.
I got married when I was 19. My
Oh,
first
okay.
wife was 36 at that time. We
Wait a
didn't
minute.
date.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on.
he
Wait a
told us
minute.
about that.
Hold
Whoa.
on.
No,
Bypass.
he told us about that. He told us
You
about his
did.
sugar mama.
I didn't know he said married. I thought it was a fling. I thought she
That's
turned
what
her
I
out or
thought.
something.
He got married.
No,
Okay,
no, no. I
that
married.
was another
So he
YouTube
married
story
his
I
sugar
heard.
mama.
Right, because she
Well,
sucks
you
and
call it
drives.
what you want to. There was a lot of shit going on in that
He ain't never
situation.
had in his life
I,
had felt that in his life. He
I,
didn't know what to do.
She
yeah,
did
yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing
But
for
see,
thing.
at that, I had just got to the age where I was, being told, you don't want no woman that ain't got nothing. Somebody was teaching me to be a hoe at that time. Older
Okay.
men were teaching me to be a hoe, a
Okay.
gigolo,
I
or
get it.
whatever you want. That
I
was
Okay.
get
around the
it.
time
Okay.
Nick Cannon and R. Kelly's song came out.
Oh, jigging, huh?
Yeah,
Now
Mm.
I will say,
yeah.
I say like, props to those who are married. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a great thing, and I think statistically everybody can't be married. But to go down to what Miss Moorhead was saying, as far as teaching men to be husbands, I think before that you need to teach your boy how to be a man first. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
You gotta teach
There
a
we
man,
go.
teach a, because part of a husband, being a husband is being a man. Because if
Well,
you are
yeah.
being a
I mean,
man, yeah. But I'm not trying to stir you away, say Jerome. I'm just adding to it really, to just to say like amongst all that, because
what is
some
a man?
people say that again.
What is a man?
Well, a man is more than a husband,
But I mean, what is it though?
because you can still be a man without being a husband. Now I'm about to break it down for you.
Right, but okay, but give it to me. I'm saying,
Okay,
what is
okay.
it?
Was it you be cut me out? Hold on, chill. All right. So look, a man, you're a man first before anything. That's the one thing. Before you say I do, or you ask somebody for their hand, you're already being a man before then. Actually, that's what makes you the husband. You
Okay.
know, if a woman says yes, that means, oh yes, I will marry you because you have shown you are the man. You have shown that you love me and that I can trust you with my life, with my responsibilities and security. That's part of being a man. Her husband is just a title.
Okay.
So you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't teach a man how to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? But you can teach a man how to be a man, and I think that falls online. So when that man is tip top, ready to roll, he got his shit together, and then he falls in love, or he finds someone that suits him. Being a husband ain't nothing he got to try. That's not even something he got to think about doing because he's
He's already
already
doing
a
it.
man.
Right. So you're
He's
just
already-
trying to
Yeah.
relabel what I said. So instead of
Well, yeah, in
saying
a way, yeah. Instead of, because words
how
are really
to
different.
be
Because
husbands, we keep
yeah,
telling how to be man. Like we don't teach
yeah,
how to be men.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they're look. And this is funny. I know I'm not trying to be funny, but like a woman could teach a woman how to be a wife, right? You know what I'm saying? But if she don't teach her how to be a woman, she gonna be walking around stinking all the time.
I,
Her,
I gotta help our guest out, right? Because
go right through.
you're doing what my guy Zilla do, right?
Uh-oh.
You didn't answer her question yet.
What was her
And
question?
You
Hold on, what was her
7 minutes into your
question?
answer.
Man,
You
thank
Oh,
you.
what's a
7
man?
minutes into
Oh,
your
okay,
Hey,
all
look,
right, let's go.
people,
My bad.
I want people to start listening to the questions that are given to you and answering
Okay,
back.
all right.
People
So here we
love
go.
to go on these tangents.
Here we
So
go. Here we go.
she want to know what is a man.
What is a man? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. This is just coming from my book, and this is just coming from my experiences, and then what I'm working on now. You know what I'm saying? A man is respectful. A man is responsible. A man loves God. He's a man of God, which that's a entendre in a way because you still got to explain man. A man is respectful to women. A man take care of his responsibilities. He has self love for himself. He has respect for himself. He's not a simp. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be, where you're just crawling after every woman and you're womanizing and you're whistling at every woman. Like that doesn't really make you a man. To be a man, that's just standing on alone. To know that you are a man, in a way, is kind of unexplainable as far as breaking it down. But the result of being a man, things gravitate to you. Like we were talking about with women, right? If a man is taking care of himself, right, inside and out, if a man is a man of God, you know what I'm saying? And I know there's some people that may be religious or may not be religious, you know what I'm saying? But I believe in something, you know what I mean? So just for me, as a man of God, a man of that word, a man who treats people the way he wants to be treated, you know what I'm saying? Who loves his neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Who is truthful to himself, which actually spews out to others, you know what I mean? You got your finances together, because I got to keep that in there too, because we got to live, we got to eat up out here. You don't deceive nobody. You don't do anything wrong to nobody. You really don't try to borrow from nobody, because in the Bible, you ain't
Wait a
supposed to be
minute,
in
man.
no
You're
kind of debt.
describing God, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Tanner, what's a man? You describing God. Hold on.
No,
man.
I'm saying, no,
Tanner,
wait. No, you can't,
Let him breathe.
yeah, you
Let
can't,
him go.
yeah,
He
you got,
on
hold on. I'm just saying, part of a man is loving God. You know what I'm saying? Because we were the first creatures here on earth. So I got to give props to the man upstairs, because I got to give him that honor, right? I got to give him that honor and that glory, because he is what made me who I am. And for who I am, I'm going to break bread with this woman and create another generation that I hope they're going to be like me or better. Because we were talking about spreading seeds and being kings and to our princesses and princesses, right? You feel what I'm saying? So just in general, a man is a person who fears God, who loves God, who takes care of himself. We're not talking about being married right now. Take care of himself inside and out, is responsible, respects people, doesn't lie, doesn't cheat, and does right by everybody at the end of the day. I think that's just simple. You know what I mean?
now, just because Zilla's not here, I gotta be that other voice and shit, right? So, like, the first thing you said was, and trust me, I'm on your side with this. But
You good?
there's
Let's
other
talk.
people, right? So the first thing you said was, you got to be a man of God. So to be a man, you don't have to know God or know anything about him. He made you. You here. That's already done,
I
right?
take that back. That's being a male.
Okay, two different. That's almost like asking what's a dad and what's a daddy, or a father and a father.
That's definitely a difference in a dad and a father too.
Right, because you
Right.
could be born male, but you can never be a man. Like you could never make it to manhood. You could be a boy.
The LGBTQ will hound you on that one. I've learned my lesson from that.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
Yeah.
We're gonna get them shut down.
Yeah.
We don't even cross that bridge.
Yeah. Tanner, what's a man?
Ooh, that's. I mean, I take a different, somewhat of a different stance, but somewhat of the same.
It's okay because you're still a man. Tell me what's a man.
For me, being a man is knowing who you are, knowing what you want out of life, knowing where you want to go, getting the things that you want, working hard to get the things you want, protecting what you have, protecting what you want. For me, it's my definition in some ways of manhood, and I could be completely wrong, but it's just my opinion.
I agree so far, brother.
It's taking care of family. A lot of people don't take care of family. They call themselves a man. You know, I love my family because that's my family. My friends, I love my friends. I don't have a problem telling my friends I love them every day, especially if you're one that I grew up with from the mud. I'm gonna tell you every day, I love you, bro. Even if it's a female, I love you, sis. And you ain't got to be no blood to me. But if I know that you have been with me since day one, I love you, sis. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. A man for me is just doing the things that you're supposed to do every single day to ensure that you're better in yourself, better in your family, better in your kids. Just striving to be better every single day for me is being a man. You don't want to be in the same spot you were yesterday, being better than what you were. And like I hate to go back to it, but just being a husband for me, for our marriage to be better than it was yesterday, for me helps. It betters me being a man. That's just me. That's just my opinion.
So I think you said the same thing that Royce said. You said it from, you didn't say God. So it's almost exactly the same, but there wasn't the higher power in your answer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah, okay, all right. What about you, Rich, over there, Richie Rich?
That's my job. You doing my job.
She done came in and took over.
That's some shit.
I'm not mad at her. Let her do it.
I ain't mad. That's her natural personality, though. I remember when we was on before. That's
Thank you
what
for
she do.
that.
I like
Thank
it.
you for
but
that.
you know what she doing? Pay attention. Now pay attention. Those of you who want to be queens, she doing queen shit. Pay attention. If you don't know how to do it, DM her. Ask her how to do it. She'll help you. A man. Yeah, I think both of y'all summed it up pretty good. Y'all, you heard the same thing. I heard two totally different answers, right? But I do know that both of them understood what they were saying, right? And a man is going to engulf all of that. A man is going to encompass every bit of that. You know what I mean? If you can't stand up on your own two without a handout, can't be a man. You know what I mean? If you can't help another individual, can't be a man. You know what I mean? If you do not, like you said, take care of your family. What my man Jay said.
Somebody in the future with your son. You talking about that one? That bar? Okay, never mind.
A man that don't take care of his family can't be shit. I watched The Godfather. I missed that whole shit. You know, that's a very big thing. You know, family is important. Nothing exists without family.
That's a fact.
Somebody has to lead this family. When I say somebody has to lead this family, back up and don't just jump in with authority and finance and this and that. I go primal, right? I like to take it back and be real fucking simple. If we walking in the woods and a lion jump out, you want mama to get him?
Exactly. Somebody got to jump head first.
Want mama to get him, or you want daddy to try to choke this?
Daddy's supposed to get him.
Okay, so this is what I do. This is what we do. Understand? That mentality has to be taught. It has to be shared. But it's not just the physical things. You know, a lot of us get the physical shit first. We learn to be tough guys. We don't learn shit else. Our fathers don't give us a lot, but what they do give us is tough guy syndrome. You get a lot of gangster shit. You know, we punch the shit out of nigga. Don't know nothing about no credit. don't know what job we should have. Uh, you're not leaving them shit. You don't have a will, but you made this little nigga tough. He'll go to jail.
You telling the truth though. All of us was raised like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
I think that's the reason
you don't
why-
get your king shit till later. The
Yeah.
king shit is when you can calm the fuck down. You know what
So
I mean? One of my
would you say
favorite
so?
movies. One of my favorite movies is Henry the Fifth, King Henry the Fifth. It's called King Henry the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And toward the end of the movie, after he had basically ravaged the whole land, gone to war, he's talking to his new bride, whom is a captive of the land that he's taken as a bride, and she's telling him, well, you know, you come over here like, telling him he has no claim to the land and this and that. Neither do you. Your father was, you got the throne the same way that he got the throne, and kind of seemed to me like you being manipulated by this. By the time she finished talking, he realized that the nigga in the other room that led him over there to do all of that shit was the nigga that started this whole war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, leave the room, go kill this nigga because you've been manipulated by this man all this time, and all it took was a strong woman, a queen, for him to run this past, right? So Tanner, you said that's what your woman did for you, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you asked, Jay, you asked, well, what is it that marriage, what does marriage bring you? What's good about it? And you know what I mean? All the way back to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
When he came and invaded that place, and she was one of the first people he ran across in the conversation. She was able to calm this fool down right then and change the whole path of what was going to be happening with just a few words, with just being real. And see, when we have a woman that we can do that with, because it's hard to be real with everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because we have to be protected in a sense. We have to, you got to be a little tough. You got to be this, you got to be that. When I get in the house with you and close the door, I don't want to be shit. I want to be me.
He telling the truth because I just said that. I just texted my wife that the other day at work. I said, when I come home in the house and I lay down next to her or lay on her, everything else fades away, and that's peace. And that's
When
what
I
it's
lay
supposed to
on
be
you,
when come home.
when I come in and lay on you in that moment, you know what I want? I want you to hold me like, if my son jump up in your lap, whatever you give him, when I get home and I'm fucked up, tired at the end of the night, that's what I want. I don't want to walk in the door and have to be the nigga that's gonna kill the tiger if the goddamn tiger pop out. That's who I want to be at that moment.
A lot of people don't realize that.
If the tiger pop out, I'm gonna get up and kill him. But when I come in from outside, if ain't no tiger following me, when I lay down, Mom, I need you to put them titties. Let me.
You want to be holded.
I'm telling you, he's
Yeah,
talking that
right.
shit. That's real
It's
shit.
true.
That's
It's
what we
true.
want. You know what I mean?
There is
That's
a
what we want.
duality of being. That's a real good. I'm glad you brought up that example because that shows two sides like of a man, and I think
Yeah.
where we get and like I said, I'm just gonna go historical. Like if we're looking at wordage here, we got man and woman, right? And it's just like I think a lot of women tend to forget that throughout all the war and the battles we go through at work and 10 to 12 hour shifts or 2, 3 jobs and all that stuff like that, like I think they forget what goes on in our mind. Like, and our bodies are showing, oh man, sitting this,
You say
sweat
forget,
dripping.
bro. They don't know.
Oh, there you go. Oh, my bad. Y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But I
And
mean, y'all have to say something. And I think that sometimes
that's not fair. Hold on,
And
pause.
vice versa.
That's not
Vice
fair.
versa.
That's
You
vice
don't know what the
versa.
hell y'all are
But that's
thinking.
not fair.
Y'all didn't even wait. I feel like
Hold on, you dipped into this manosphere. Hold on for a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on, wait.
yeah.
Pause.
You gotta
Wait.
get all the smoke now.
Wait. No. You see how we all did that, right? And you said we're supposed to know. That's the same. You said we're supposed to
Same
tell
thing
y'all.
y'all do to
That's
us.
the same thing y'all say. We're not gonna tell you. You're just supposed to know how we feel. And
I asked, so I asked, but what I will say that no, let me finish though. 'Cause
I ain't even
know
finished.
how to think like
I'm
I
not even
bleed
done
once in a
finished
while.
yet. Let me finish starting first. Okay, hold on. When women say that, I'm speaking generally to women because we all know there are exceptions, but we're talking about the general consensus here of women want men to figure shit out all the time. Read your mind, read your signs, read your body language. Approach from the side, not from the front or the back. It's too intimidating. We gotta configure all this shit, bro. Like we doing all types of dance moves just to get to say a word to you. You know what I'm saying? And we supposed to figure it out. But then you women tell us to say, well, you gotta tell us what's going on. You as a woman, as much as y'all want us to do for y'all mentally and emotionally, if you know your man, you should know by the look in the man's face, this nigga stressed out.
Exactly. And I
I
can
don't.
agree.
Okay, so I have a rebuttal for that. I'm just going to rebuttal. I'm going to say that sometimes, if we're talking about general consensus, right? We're going to talk about the general consensus.
Yes, ma'am.
I will say that men's egos sometimes get in the way of them expressing exactly what's going on with them, because women are nosy. I'm going to say some women are nosy, and we ask. And initially, in the beginning, we're asking you. You say, "You're fine. You're fine. You're fine." We're not allowed to learn you. So we picked up that something was a little off. We ask you. You say, "We don't know. Nothing's wrong with me." So then, after a while, women starts becoming insensitive to you. So I'm just going to say that, right?
Okay.
And so that's true. It's vice versa too, because you ask us what's wrong, right? And then when we, after a while, we're like, you're like, I'm not going to ask her anymore because she says nothing's wrong with her. So then we become insensitive to each other.
I get that.
That makes sense.
After hearing about how many niggas get shot in Chirac, doesn't move me anymore.
Right.
So really, if the way you're saying that, it really needs to happen on both sides, because women say the same thing too. What's on your mind? Nothing. And then 10 minutes later, I just think it's funny how you always do this and that and that. And then I'm like, wait, I just asked you what was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are good at that. Y'all are great at that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's rubbing her hands like Birdman. She knows it's real.
And understand. So we got to learn to be honest with each other. If your mate asks you a question and you don't know, tell him, I don't know yet. Let me think about it. I ain't never really been asked that. I want to give you an honest answer. Versus, I'm all right, or whatever it is that causes you to lose the sensitivity of your mate.
There you go.
One thing I can say that I have done lately that I didn't do in my previous marriage, because I didn't have that person that actually came to me when something was fucked up with me and be like, what's going on with you? She just didn't really care about that. My wife now knows when my energy is off. She can see it. And it's hard. I'm still fighting it every day of just getting it out. But I've become more accustomed to saying, I ain't got it all figured out right now. I'll come back to you with it.
You said something just now. Why is it a fight for you to get it out? And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, men sometimes, all right.
And I'll give you a 100% answer that goes back to exactly what Rich said. We have been molded as black men to, when there's something wrong with us, we've been molded to fight through it. And it's just now in the last few years, women have become more accustomed to saying, okay, I see something's wrong with my man. Let me ask him what's wrong and see if he gets it out.
Do you know how many niggas have died just because we tough and we not going to the doctor?
There you go. That's a fact.
Oh, you thought it was a joke? That's
not a joke. That's a fact.
It's true.
No,
it's true.
That's it.
My daddy is 75 years old, and that nigga I've only seen that nigga go to the hospital one time, and that's when he had a kidney
That's
stone.
when you were born. Oh, my bad.
No, that was when he had that was when he had a kidney stone.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm telling you. We don't like the doctor. Niggas do not like the doctor.
No, we don't. We don't, we don't like a lot of those things.
Tell
and
us
it's
what's wrong
and it's
with
not
me.
and it's not just because we don't like the doctor. It's because when you fall as a little black boy,
Get up,
especially when you don't have your daddy,
rub some dirt
your
on
mama say, get your black ass up.
Quit all that crying.
Quit all that crying, boy. Get your little black ass up. You ain't hurt.
That's a fact.
So I get my little black ass up.
That's true. I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't do that.
So I get my little,
thank
you for not doing that. But the average mother,
I've seen it,
that's,
and it wasn't my call to do it because I don't have no kids, right? But I've seen it, like, because in your heart too, when you look at the young prince, you like, I know it hurt. Like, I know that hurt. You know what I'm saying? But like,
but I gotta make
different.
it tough.
Yeah, but see, this is another thing though. When it comes, we're talking about the kings in the household. The fact that the mother has to do that, naturally, unnaturally, subliminally, unsubliminally, subconsciously and consciously, in a way, has to play two types of parts. Like her, she wants to be that nurturing mother, like, oh baby, it's okay, da, 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 da. But then you don't have that man in the household.
Do some shit you ain't meant to do.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's what a lot of women have tried to do. Like, quit all that crying. They think that's the man thing to do, right? Stop all that crying.
That's a sinner trying to play point guard.
Yeah. So you got either the daughter or the son. Like he's like, stop crying. I'm like, I can't stop myself from. You can't stop a feeling. Like that feeling comes before your thought, right? Mm-hmm. So he's already hurting. Shut up all that crying, and he's seeing a woman say that.
And now you learn to suppress that, because the next thing that comes is stop acting like a bitch.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So all my life, I'm trying not to act like a bitch. You know, I broke my leg in high school because I wouldn't go to. I just told this story about niggas, right? I started doing the shit in high school. So my leg was physically broken. I had a hairline fracture about this long going down my shin vertically, right? It was broken for weeks. I was complaining. I complained a little bit. I said, hey, coach, got a little pains, hurting a little bit. You'll be all right. Let's wrap that thing, put some ice on it. We'll talk about it later. Well, I was really in pain. But since they said I was all right, well, fuck, I was all right. Just put the ice on it, wrap it up. Shit, I'm all right. My leg broke like 3 days later. They was like, if you did not break your leg in the game, like I probably would still have a fucked up leg now, because my mother couldn't have paid for that. I saw the bill. It was like $60,000 for 3 days at Vanderbilt. You know what I mean? My mother wasn't gonna be able to cover that at that time. So I just would have had a limp or some shit. I'd have had a guinea leg. You know what I mean? But luckily, it happened on the court, and it got covered through insurance. But yeah, just my pride and being a black boy, and it don't hurt. I should be good. Oh, okay, I'm good. The nigga said I'm crying, acting like a bitch. I gotta play. Come on, and it broke my motherfucking leg. You know?
That's real shit though.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here so you men can finish your powwow. And if you guys do decide you want to do any events or something like that, all three of you guys, then just hire me. And that's my plug.
We definitely will be hiring you, but you definitely not gonna say we having a powwow. We are talking king shit and doing it like
say it. No, she said little. She said little powwow. She said little powwow.
Why you have to say little
powwow? L-I-L. That's even worse.
Ms. Moorhead, before you leave, I have one quick question for you. I have a coworker that is married. Now, I talk about my wife all the time. Y'all know this. My coworker never speaks on his wife. What would you call that? And they've been married for about 3-4 years now. What would you say that really is?
I don't think he's happy.
Is it a lot of bitches at your plant?
Define bitches.
Is there a lot of women? Possible replacements?
No.
Possible replacements is what I meant. She got it.
No. That's why I said define bitches.
Okay.
There's women there, but they're not good candidates.
I would think he's doing that because he's fishing, but yeah, I guess he
is.
I can tell you something. I mean, Jamie, if you know, because I'm saying I am I used to be an expert at this part here. Because
okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't talk about his wife.
Is he unhappy? Sounds unhappy. What do you think?
He's been unhappy.
Okay, so I don't want to get you in trouble, but since you brought it up, we're just gonna act like it's some. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna say this. He wants to cheat. He wants to get with one of them factory women right there. You know what I'm saying? Cold X in the backseat during lunch break.
See, I tried to tell. Yeah, he wants to cheat. I was right. He do.
How old is he?
42.
Oh yeah, he wants it. He wants to get his willy wet in the backseat.
He kind of lame.
No. He a nigga to be on his shit.
Yeah, he want to get his willy wet.
I'm gonna have to holler at y'all off camera about
yeah.
Because if that's what it was, he would have just did it behind the scene anyway.
I'm gonna holler at y'all off camera about the real issue.
We're gonna get somebody in trouble.
Oh, so okay.
No, you're not gonna get nobody in trouble, but I rather break it down more in depth.
Yeah.
Not in front of.
So she's what you're saying is it's more the wife is not doing her job, really.
I don't know what the hell she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Mama. I don't know what she's doing.
What I do know is a lot of these women are lost to what we want, and we seem to be lost to what a lot of these women want.
I
We
agree
got to
with you.
find ways to make this shit all line up. You know, I
Right.
think that some of these women don't know what they want, and the same with the men.
Yeah, I was on a. I'm gonna get off here. I was on a podcast, and the guy was like, "What kind of men do you date?" And she was like, "A little bit of this and a little bit of that." So that means she didn't know what she
She wanted
what
to,
she
Exactly.
she
like.
wanted to sprinkle shit around.
Right, right.
Right.
Show here.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
"What?" I didn't even
Chef
want to say
Ramsay
anything to
looking
her,
at.
but but I think like when we asked the men questions, they didn't even have real answers either. So
Mm.
just even sitting in that panel, I was kind of like, okay. So if the majority is like this, then we have a problem.
so it takes a while to learn and figure things out, right? So, and we're gonna bring this to a close here shortly, right? But we were talking about being a king, and we're gonna bring this up on our next one, right? Because we had more that we were gonna talk about, but we knew this was gonna run long. So before you're a king, before you're a queen, what must you be?
Whole. I mean,
Oh,
like you need
that's
to know
good.
what you want.
Well,
You need to be a whole, you know.
if you a man, you got to be a man first before you can
Mhm.
be that. If you're a woman, you got to be a woman first.
Okay. So that's our mindsets, and that's what most of the problem is, right? You got to be a prince before you're a king. You got to be a princess before you can be a queen. Okay.
Okay.
Um, that's a long stage with a lot of important moving parts. So you got men that want to be kings and ain't never been a prince.
Mm.
You got women want to be queens, ain't never been a princess. How you gonna be something that you ain't never seen and you ain't took no classes on, you don't know nothing about?
That's true.
That's it.
So, and sorry, but it is what it is. You want me to lie? Catch me on another time. Right
Sorry.
now, I'm telling the truth. But niggas like to instant gratification. Niggas want to start and win at the same time.
And that's not how that works.
It's
No.
not how that works. So you cannot just be a king because you woke up feeling good today. Nigga, if you did not go through your prince stage, you cannot be a king. Ma'am, if you did not go through your queen stage, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, your princess stage, you
Mm.
cannot be a queen. All right. So back that shit up. What they say, you got to learn to walk before you learn to run. Huh? You got to learn to run before you learn to fly. All this shit go together. All right. So next time we're gonna back it up and instead of talking about being kings and queens, we're gonna talk about being princes and princesses. And
Mm.
and how that will equate to having more kings and queens. Because right now we just got a bunch of wishful thinking motherfuckers that ain't doing none of the work that it takes to be those people. Right? Shout out
Yeah,
Kevin Samuels,
yeah,
my boy.
Damn.
yeah. All day. Yeah.
I'm gonna let this man rest.
Keep that spirit alive. Come on,
Like
Kevin.
by the end of that podcast I was on, I was like, I need Kevin Samuels to come back because y'all fools over here. When I started
Hey,
begging for him to come back, there's a problem.
look,
Like, no.
they starting to realize his worth.
His
He got, man.
impact.
Come on,
Yeah.
Hey
Kevin.
man. Hey, that's
Yeah.
that's 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 how it works, man. You never
Yeah.
love
They
what
gonna
you
miss
had
you
till
till
it's
you
gone.
gone.
There it
Yeah.
is. There it is. There it is. Well, with that being said, man, I thank everybody for joining us tonight. Um, we had another beautiful episode. I hope that some of y'all got some of your questions answered that you may have had. I hope you learned something. Uh, Anybody want to shout out any final things, any up and coming things, any events going on, anything you want to shout out before we get ready to get up out of here?
Yeah, if you don't mind, we have a here in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Ms. Jamie Moorhead and I have curated our Tullahoma's first Juneteenth celebration. It's going to be on June the 18th
Hell
from
yeah.
12 to 5. Oh, look at that. That came through right there. Look at it. June the 18th. Shout out to Royce's Rant. But June the 18th from 12 to 5 at CD Stamps, man. It's going to be a great event with black art. We're gonna have educational events and stuff and relays for the kids for a chance to win prizes, bikes to water parks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have music, we're gonna have food, we're gonna have vendors, we're gonna have speakers.
But what's the best part though? What's the emphasis on the event?
Oh,
What
well, I'm
what
getting
are
to
we
that.
talking
See,
about?
you didn't let me finish it. Like,
I'm
that's
excited
all right.
about that. Say
All
it.
right, all right, all right. So,
I like
so my little warm up. So, you know what I'm saying? The event is called Shattered Chains. You know what I'm saying? And this kind of pertains to almost kind of like what we're talking about. It's in the same vicinity. It's really geared towards men, black men, fathers, dedicated to the fathers because that is what's needed in the household. Those households in our lower income and black communities are damaged. And we're just trying to revive the men, let them know how important they are, how much they mean to us, how much we love them, and just give them some inspiration to do. I don't want to say do better, but if you're not doing better, to do better, and if you are doing better, then spread
Do
that
better.
knowledge. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's what we're gonna say. Do better. Because if
Do
you're
better.
doing good, can you do better?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
crazy. No,
So
that's
it ain't
true.
nothing,
That's
we
true.
ain't
That's
saying nothing
true.
bad. Do better.
No, it ain't nothing bad.
Yeah, do better.
You're right on that. You're gonna have to do
Niggas is
better.
walking around
You're
in
gonna have to
hoochie
do better.
daddy shorts.
Yeah, we don't want them hoochie daddy
Do
shorts
better.
now. You know what I'm saying? So it's really the emphasis. We chopped it off a little bit of the meaning from a chapter in Psalms 107. But one of the ones that I like to emphasize is verse 14 in Psalms 107 when it speaks of God bringing you out of the darkness into the darkness and deepest of the gloom to break those chains. Because when you break a chain, it can be molded together. But if you shatter the chain in pieces, you'll no longer have that same mentality. You can't put that old mentality together anymore because the pieces are everywhere. It won't be molded back the same.
That's
So it's the
that's Mike
shatter.
Tyson's mentality. That's what he
Yeah,
did to niggas' jaw.
he
He
shattered it.
shatter your
It
jaw
ain't back no
instead of
more.
break.
They talking different. You know what I'm
He
saying?
fucked your whole month up.
So, black men, black families, black people, people all in general, you know what I'm saying, for our men especially, shatter those chains, those mental chains that you can't do nothing or, you know what I'm saying, or you feel like that you can't reach that certain goal. Like, we're going to have all types of events and activities there to get you where you need to be. Resources from jobs to health screenings to finances, even to find you a place to live.
Hey,
What
that's
Juneteenth you know that they're gonna give you a job and a place to live? You know what I'm saying?
that's
I
it.
don't know. But it's in Tullahoma,
Network,
Tennessee. See
black
these
folks,
stamps, y'all.
network,
June 18th,
network,
man.
network.
And plus, and give a shout out, especially Miss Moorhead. She's putting in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I've had plenty of complications mentally and socially, technically wise. You know what I'm saying? Being on and off the internet, being kicked off. So she kept the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I give her nothing but gratitude and thanks for just, you know what I'm saying, pushing that envelope. You know what I mean? And this is gonna be a great event. I hope y'all can turn out if y'all in the Middle Tennessee area.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm sure we'll have him through there. I plan on checking it out if I'm around myself. My guy,
Ooh.
TT, 5'3", whatever you call him,
Speaking
Thomas Davis. You know what I mean?
Okay, you know him. You know him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm my ear to the streets in a lot of ways, my guy. Uh, but anybody else got anything else they want us to know about?
Tanner Talk coming soon. First and foremost, man, I just want to appreciate y'all just having me on, man. I know I don't
Oh,
get
for
on as
sure.
much as I should, and but I appreciate everybody in this platform right now. Positive, nothing but positive influence, man. And I shout out to
Absolutely.
everybody that commented, everybody that's watching, man. I hope y'all got something out of today.
You know you gotta have
I
his
know I
own when
did.
you get started now.
Oh,
right.
most
All right.
definitely,
All
most
right.
definitely. If I can ever get the wife to sit down and be more well, most of the time she's at work on Saturday, so when we actually do start filming and everything, it will be on her day off. So most definitely,
Yes.
because
We looking forward to it.
you think I'm something, you ain't seen nothing till you see her.
We looking forward to it. I want to see it, Jack. I
Most
want to
definitely.
see that dynamic, man. But
Mm.
yo, I enjoyed this, man. We had a good conversation. We're gonna hopefully everybody can get back next time and on the follow up to this because we are far from done with talking about this. This was just the start of it.
Told you.
This was supposed to be a 3-part question,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we've really only dealt with one of the one of the
Mm-hmm.
pieces. So
Oh yeah.
uh, yeah, we're gonna pick up where we left off next time. Shout out to everybody for joining in, and I'm gonna get back with y'all next time. So Tanner, my boy, holla at you, my guy. Uh, Miss Moorhead, holla at you, my guy Royce. I'm gonna holla at you, man. All right, and to the rest of our viewers, to our guests, yo, we thank y'all for joining us on another episode of Urban Academia. I hope that you got something out of this episode and this podcast of us talking about kings and learning to grow into kings and queens if you're a woman. It's time for us to grow up, take some accountability, teach each other, help each other. Each one teach one. All that shit means something. They're not just sayings. They're not just phrases. You got to take them things and use them and apply them to your day-to-day life. All right. It takes a village. It really, really does. All right. Be accountable inside of your home. Michael Jackson, what did he say? I'm looking at the man in the mirror. You got to ask him to change his ways before you can worry about anything that's happening outside. So, with that being said, uh, common sense ain't common, and we love you. Check y'all out next time. All right. Uh, Wait a minute. Is Gales? No, nope, nope. Never mind. Sorry. I was hoping he was coming.
For you.